Hello guys and welcome back to another approach video. This time we were flying IFR to Salzburg, and what you see here is the ILS Approach to runway 15. Right now we are on the radar vectors from Salzburg radar, and this is our last heading to intercept the localizer for the final approach course. Right now you can see us turning right to intercept the final approach course of 153 degrees, as you can see on the approach chart here. The intermediate altitude for this approach is 4,000 feet. You can see that at the holding, and you stay at this altitude until you intercept the localizer. We are still a little bit higher than that. For us it was more or less a continuous descent to final approach. And now that we intercepted the localizer, we got handed over to Salzburg Tower, and the radio call from us is more or less something like this: Salzburg Tower, then our call sign, established on the localizer for ILS runway 15, and we're approximately 12 miles out. Today we are number 2 on this approach, so there's still a small but faster plane in front of us. We choose to fly the whole ILS with approximately 100 knots indicated airspeed, so that we don't hold up the traffic behind us, because obviously Salzburg is a bigger airport where also bigger jets like an A320 are landing. That's why we choose to fly a little bit faster, so that there is no traffic jam behind us. We decided to use the minimum of 1,859 feet for category Alpha aircraft with a maximum approach speed of 120 knots. And it's a requirement to meet a minimum climb gradient of 2.5%, which we can easily do in this Cessna. But we wanted to stay on the absolute safe side, so that's why we choose the highest minimum. At this altitude we have to decide if we continue the approach or if we fly a go-around if we feel that something's not right, or we don't see the runway, or we are not stabilized on the approach. So that's the absolute minimum, that's why it's called like that, to decide if we continue or not. You can already see the runway in the distance. We had very good visibility that day with few clouds at 2,000 to 3,000 feet and broken clouds above that at approximately 5,000 feet, and a little bit of tailwind, but the tailwind component was in the limit of this Cessna, and the runway is long enough, so we had no problem flying the approach with a little bit of tailwind. Approximately here we reached the minimum, or the decision altitude. We decided to continue the approach because we had the runway in sight, everything was stabilized, we had the aircraft configured, the localizer was centered, the glide slope was centered, so we had absolutely no reason to fly the missed approach. So we continued and landed the plane completely normal, as you will see in a second. And now we are coming over the threshold, reducing the power a little bit to start a round out. Raise the nose up just a little bit to start the flare, to touch down in Salzburg. From here I will speed up the video again. We leave the runway via taxiway Charlie, then right turn to taxiway Lima, and then we got cleared for exit 2 for the general aviation parking, and then we were re-cleared for exit 1 to follow a follow me vehicle to our final parking position. But that's it. thank you for watching this short video of the ILS approach for runway 15 in Salzburg, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.